it's Cara. Welcome back to the Rambutina channel. Hope you're all doing well. We have a cozy vlog this week, like Stella said, cozying up with a cup of tea, reading and knitting. She read my mind. So this week I wanted to try a reading challenge where I have to read my book for at least 30 minutes each day. So that's what you saw in the little montage at the beginning of this video, and it's been going really well so far. I've almost finished my book. I'm reading Caravel by Stephanie Garber and I'm really enjoying it. I really like the magical world building, it's so vivid, and the main character likes to compare things like emotions and senses to colours, which I find really interesting, especially because I'm crocheting a mood blanket. I've also posted my very first Animal Crossing video over on my Rambutina gaming channel, which is super fun. I had so many technical issues with it, I cannot believe it. I basically had to redo the whole thing, but it was definitely a blessing in disguise because the new video turned out so much better. So in terms of crocheting slash knitting this week, I am only working on my very first knitted jumper because I really want to finish it and have a completed jumper that I can wear, but also I really want to get into the habit of working on one project at a time because I feel like I will be more productive that way, as finishing projects is so motivating and I'll hopefully get through my yarn stash quicker. Oh, if you are working on a project right now whilst watching this, I'd love to hear what you're working on, and if you're reading any good books at the moment, please leave me a comment, I'd really appreciate it. So let's knit, read, and drink lots of tea because it's cold. It's Friday and I finished my book. I had a feeling I would finish it this week by reading 30 minutes each day, so it's definitely a habit I want to stick to. Let me know if you guys enjoyed me combining sort of a reading vlog with my knitting slash crocheting vlogs. I really enjoyed it and would love to explore more into talking about the books I'm reading, because the two main types of vlogs I personally watch on YouTube are reading and crochet vlogs. So yeah, I'd love to combine the two, but only if that's cool with everyone. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of knitting videos recently and it's definitely inspired me to make a top-down jumper next, which is really exciting, but we have to stay focused on this jumper for now. Okay, so I've just cast off my first panel for this jumper and I am sort of noticing a few things, like for example this dark green part where the yarn kind of got a bit thinner. It is looking a bit wonky in some areas, but yeah, I don't really mind. I'm planning to have this as the back panel anyway, and it's kind of a slouchy jumper anyway, so it's not gonna be perfect. And then also when you get to this like olive green part, I was starting to notice that my yarn was twisting really weird, and I think that's because I caked the yarn up. So yeah, so like the V's aren't very clear anymore, they kind of just like one bars. But again, not too fussed about that. I think that's just something with the yarn. So, oh, and also with this pink, with the ribbing, I mean, I know I should have gone down a size, so used a 7.5 for the ribbing because I'm using 8mm knitting needles for the majority of the jumper, like this section. So yeah, I know that for next time that you should always do ribbing one size down, so that it's nice and neat, because at the moment it is very like spaced out and loose, but again, I don't really mind. So I'm going to cast on my second panel. I'm going to work on the yeah, the other panel, so not the sleeves just yet. We want to get the front and the back finished before we move on to that. And I have decided, because with these colours, I've decided to do it in reverse, so start with the olive green down at the bottom of the ribbing and then work my way up to the pink, so it's going to be the reverse. And for that, because I have caked up, let me grab it, I caked up one of the skeins or cakes. It was already in a cake form and I re-caked it with my winder, and I am noticing that the yarn is coming out really like twisty when I'm knitting with it, so I tried it. As you can see, this is like me just manually winding this around. I did already try it out and yeah, the ribbing was looking really wonky, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this. I might use this to colour, what's the word, colour control. So split this yarn into the colours and just wind it myself. I think my mistake was winding this too tight. I think this type of yarn, it needs to be caked really loose to not mess with the twist. But yeah, so I'll probably just colour control the yarn for this one and just divide them into the colours so I can use them for the sleeves. So yeah, what I'm gonna start my panel with is this ball of yarn. This is scrap from like the other ball that I already had wound up from ages ago, so I'm gonna start with this, then I'm gonna move on to the dark green. I'm just gonna tie it together and then continue on. Like I said in my last video, I don't want the stripes to be all the same sizes. I want them to be completely random, so I'm just gonna see how this goes. Just using this first, then the dark green, and then we'll pull from this cake because in the middle it's the blue colour, so hopefully that will be all good and dandy. So yeah, let's start on the second panel. It's doing it again. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch a video on what to do with this. Okay, so I've just finished my ribbing for the second panel. I've done 8 rows of ribbing, 2 knit, 2 purl, and in the end, with the whole twisting fiasco, I basically had to just keep this yarn not caked, so I uncaked it and just wound it up using my hand, because I think it's this type of yarn, because it's like loosely twisted, so you kind of just have to keep it as loose as possible sort of thing to stop it from twisting. So, but yeah, even when I was working on the ribbing, it was still twisting, but not as bad as before, and then it would just kind of untwist itself. So I think it's definitely just the type of yarn that it is, and it turned out fine and it looks like the other one, so that's all good. So now I am going to start knitting and purling in the stockinette thing to do this panel. So yeah, I really didn't manage to get a lot of this jumper done this week. I really thought I was going to get quite a bit done and maybe finish it, but I didn't realise how busy I was going to be this week, and other stuff came up and all that. Oh, I'm going loopy. So we will be working on this next week as well, and hopefully we can get some more progress compared to this week. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you for watching this weekly vlog. It was definitely a shorter one than normal, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Thank you so much, and a special shout out to Dabu, I hope I'm saying your username right, for donating me a coffee. I appreciate it so much. Hope you're all having a lovely day, happy crafting, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!